Hi, I'm Raj Kumar, President and Editor-in-Chief of Devex, here in Brussels, once again at the European Development Days, joined by a very special guest, Eva Joly, who I think is known well to Devex members as the chair of the Development Committee at the European Parliament. You're a member of the European Parliament, of course, also known as a candidate for the French presidency a couple of years ago.
Yes.
And your career has been as a magistrate, as a judge on corruption issues. You gained a lot of fame around some of the corruption work that you've done. So I wanted to hone in on that issue if I could.
Yes.
One of the themes here at European Development Days we constantly hear a lot about is more funding to countries, budget support, country systems, giving the money directly to governments. You work a lot in corruption. You've been to Afghanistan not too long ago. I'm wondering how you see that trend developing. Are we able to do country systems while addressing concerns around corruption?
You know, it's an important idea to make budget support in some conditions because you are empowering the country. When I'm seeing that in Afghanistan, there has been a lot of development projects conducted directly by the donors and sometimes without any coordination. And then the donor retire because of security, for instance, and you have half a finished road, which is a problem. It will be more efficient if we could centralize it and it could be controlled by the government. But then you have the problem of the fact that in Afghanistan the corruption is absolutely terrific and the judiciary is corrupt, and you cannot count upon the prosecutor to prosecute even when the whole international community is watching. Like in the Kabul bank case, it was really difficult to get the prosecutor to take the case, and here the international community has been assisting the prosecutor to have him prosecuting the suspect, but they only took part of them, and the most important ones are not prosecuted, in spite of the fact that this was a condition made by the donors to continue to receive money.
And yet they're still receiving money.
And then you see, this is terrible because Afghan people, they need the development money. They need to be equipped because a lot of them had legs cut, hands cut. You see it in the street that they should need the money. You know, the military hospital do lack everything. They don't have medicine, they don't have equipment, in spite of the fact that they had a grant of, I think it was $40 million. And nobody knows today where this money went.
Right.
And can you imagine a country that cannot manage the hospital for its own soldier? It's for Afghan soldiers. So you see, the situation is very bad. And here we come to the point. As long as it is possible for the Afghans, for the Nepali, for the Nigerians to use tax havens to hide away the money they are stealing, this will be going on. So we have to focus on transparency in what is today tax havens. And what I have seen from my recent life is that Dubai is really a place that do not cooperate with the judiciary system of other countries. They did not cooperate with Afghanistan, who wanted the money back from the famous Kabul bank case. They did not cooperate in the Matinsky case, which is run from England, that is a Russian case in the beginning, a huge corruption case from Russia. And I also had a third example from Nigeria. The Nigerian anti-corruption unit are making inquiries, are following the money. It ends up in a tax haven, and there it stops. So you see, life would be much better for everybody if we managed now that everybody knows about this problem, has understood it. We must take the final step. We must blacklist those places that are a plea to humanity and allows aid money to flood the country. the state money being looted from Nigeria, for instance, and it's also our own resources. Here, I think developing countries and developed countries has the same interest. Why do we tolerate this?
So why do we? Let's answer that question. There has been some progress on it, right? And
has been
some tax havens have closed and have provided transparency.
It has been now in focus for, I think, 10 years, 10, 15 years. And it's getting mainstream. People now understand that this is dangerous. What made huge progress was the FATCA law made by Obama, who says that if you do not comply, you bank will not have access to the American market. If you do not tell us about the American clients you have, you will be debarred from the American market. This is very strong. And we in Europe, we are trying to make the same thing. But we have a problem within the European Union because one of the funding members is a tax haven, and they want to stay tax havens because 40% of their GDP comes from stealing from other countries. Well, I should not maybe say stealing, but they are allowing tax evasion.
Which country are you referring to, can I ask?
Yes, I'm referring to a very small country that costs a lot of money to all the others. Right. I think they are 400,000 people. But they are living high on this lack of rules.
Right.
So we have to find ways now to have Luxembourg comply.